Greetings everybody! Just a quick intro on this one because there is a bit of an issue. So me, have goofed up. So if you hear some of the camera noises at the start, I do apologise. Some of the audio wasn't quite right when it came to editing this video. But you are here to see me talk about this guy today. And we're going to have a look at him. But I just wanted to give you a quick heads up. So apologies at the start of the video if you can hear all the camera noises. And then the audio quality took a whole dive towards the end. So I have had to re-record some of it. So apologies. Anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know. Anyway, let's get into it. Oh, this is awkward. There we go. Much better. Doesn't that look better now? Welcome everybody! Welcome. So today, I'm going to quick look at this. It's a Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection, the remastered version though. Now, I had the original Lightning Collection set that they did, and because they did a remaster, I was like, why would I buy them again? I mean, they do look a lot nicer, and it comes these extra accessories, but the Red Ranger obviously comes with his shield. Well, I say his shield, Green Ranger shield. They come with these morphers, which is cool. They've redesigned the helmets, which they looked god-awful in the original ones. But these bits, this is what they're trying to sell it with. I was like, I'm not bothered about the effects. I just want a cool looking figure. So I kind of ignored them for a while, and then, you know what happens, you eventually crack, don't you? So I picked this up to have a look at. It's come in Hasbro's awesome windowless packaging. So we shall see what we're going to get, because I feel like, from what I've seen, it can be a lucky draw sometimes of what you get. So without further ado, let's crack it open. Yeah. Now, all going well, I'll have to pick up some more of these. So let's see what we have a look at. So it's just 2 bits of tape. The grand reveal, let's have a look. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, right, okay. Nothing else in the box. Nope. So we got... Yeah, don't need that. Right, so here he is. He's taped in. Just try and remove that tape without cutting the figure. That's good. Yeah, there we go. That's an easy way. If you're not bothered about boxes, that's easy. I'm not. Not the inside of the box anyway. So let's just do that as well. Get rid of that inside. So before we look at the figure and see what we have or haven't got, let's just check out those accessories. Yeah, cool. Off to one side for now. Let's check this out. Right, so let's have a look. We've got, yeah, left and right hand, that's alright. They're not doubled up on hands. Helmet looks alright. Yeah, feet. No bad paint applications. I'm not sure what these bits are about. Oh right, so that pops in. So why is that up there as well? I don't know what that's about. On first glance, figure looks alright, to be honest. Got this windowless packaging from Hasbro. I've seen some horror stories. But I mean, that looks fine to me so far. Anyway, let's have a look at the accessories. Right, so start off with, let's have a look. So you've got a few different versions of the Blade Blaster. So you've got the pocketed version. Paint application's a bit meh. Look at that, it's literally a little bit of white, tiniest amount of silver. Not bothered to do anything with those handles. That's a bit crap, to be honest, but I suppose I can sort that out myself. And then I'm guessing, yeah, same again. No handle paint, a little bit of spray or paint on there for the white, and the blade in silver. For the blade blaster version, so the blaster transformation, is that what I'm looking for? Transformation, blaster version, blaster, the blaster. So again, just a little bit of white, Nothing on the handles, nothing on else, no silvers there, whites, just a little bit on the end. We've got a tiny morpher. I don't know if I can even focus on that. If you can see that or not, but if I pull it up, yeah, I'm going to lose the light, so what can do that? Yeah, so you got a little tiny morpher. I think that's the right way around. Just gonna, I can't even see it myself, but the Dino coin, so there is a coin in there painted on. Actually looks good. Nothing else around the sides. Got these two plastic electric effects, which, if I'm honest, I'm not super bothered about. I feel like it's a waste. Could have brought the price down a bit by not including them, maybe. Don't feel like they're necessary for anything. But, you know, it is what it is. They're included, so part of it. You got two closed fists. So you got left and your right. Let's just double check they are left and right. Yep. So you've definitely got left and the right closed fist. So they're just pegged in. So you just pop them out, pop them in. And then you've got what I believe are the morpher hands. So you've got the top hand, which will hold the morpher, and if you know the poses, you know that's the bottom hand, so it sits and holds the morpher. So I don't know if we can just quickly. So yeah, it'll be something sort of like that. Anyway, we'll have a look at that in a bit. We'll do that. Cool. Well, that's it for the accessories. Let's get these out of the way and check out the figure. I found the power sword. I don't know where this went. I've just found it on the floor, would you believe? I didn't see it in the accessories bag, so I'm not sure where this was. So yeah, luckily I found it. Didn't even realise it was missing, but yeah, just a quick look at it anyway. If I can get the camera to focus. I think they've done a really good job on this, to be honest. The last one, if you remember the original Lightning Collection one, I think it didn't even have the painted handle or half the paint on that it's got now. So I'm really impressed with this, actually. I think they've done a good job on this, especially in comparison to the Blade Blaster. And here he is. So let's have a quick look at him then. So off the cuff, I think, like with most Hasbro, the joints are a little bit stiff to start with, apart from the head. So the head has a full rotation. It can go up and down quite nicely, just like that. Not much in it. Side to side's a bit, yeah, you know, there's not much you don't need to do. But the head should just pop off like that, and there you go. You've just got a ball joint underneath that it should snap on quite satisfyingly. Yeah, all good. His shield made of soft goods, which is kind of nice as well. And again, I think it's got more detail on it than the previous and the Green Ranger. Now I think I've worked out what these might be. So obviously you can take this off, and so you just there goes his head. Yeah, just remove this, and then you know you've got your regular Ranger. I'm not sure about the arm cuffs. I think they just slide off the arm cuffs. So the arm cuffs slide off, and that's how you remove the shield. And then you can just pop his head back on, and then you can give the shield to any of the other Rangers. And with his arms, you've got the butterfly joint. You've got a full range of motion at the shoulder, so you can go all the way around. One thing to note with Hasbro figures, it can be a hit or miss. They're very stiff, which in some ways is a good thing. They don't feel like you're going to break them. Well, I say that. Sometimes you do actually feel like you're going to break them because they're so stiff. It's a bit terrifying to bend them, but I mean, like this elbow there, I mean, that's as far as it goes, but trying to bend it, it does sometimes feel like it's going to... Oh, hang on. Has it got I think there's rotation just above this cuff as well. Yeah. Oh, so you've got an extra rotation. Oh, if I can get focus. You can... so you've got rotation just after the shoulder joint, right at the top of the bicep there. And you can go all the way around. So there's an extra, and then you can bend the elbow, yeah, like that. And you got the full swivel in the wrist, but is there... no, there's nothing in the cuff. I thought maybe then they might have put extra articulation just at the cuff there, like they've done at the bicep. But yeah, you got your range of your hand and your wrist. I think is there something on these hands that should be moving a bit more forward and back? Let's have a quick look. Oh, hang on. Come on, camera. Come on. You can do it. There we go. So yeah, so on some of the hands you've got, on the pegs, you've got a back and forward motion, but let me just check this one. That has not got one. Oh, okay then, so it doesn't... Oh right, I thought they all had the motion. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, wait, yeah. Oh, there. So, oh, okay. So it's got an up and down motion. Ah, right. So that's... Ah, okay. So that's for, like, holding stuff, isn't it? Yeah, so you can move up and down. But there's not much in it, though, is there? Look at that. It's almost... Oh, stop doing that, actually. That looks a bit... yeah, wrong. But, yeah, you get what I mean. That's... I thought there'd be a bit more to that. That seems a bit limited and a bit pointless. But anyway... Into his, well, I say his stomach joint. What am I trying to say? Ab crunches. That's it. So at the waist, you've got like a little ball joint, so he doesn't go that far forward. That's pretty much it. Oh yeah, you can bend him at the knees, and well, you use the full ab crunch. That's as far as he's gonna go. It's not much in it really, if we're honest. And if he goes backwards. You can, like, yeah, I mean, you're not really needing to go that way too much, are you? Maybe it could have gone a bit further forward, but it serves its purpose. It does what it needs to do, doesn't it? Yeah, it works for me. Just quickly jumping around, I just quite impressed with the paint application on the helmet and the sculpt itself. I think they've actually really done a good job this time. I never realised on the original how awful it was until the internet told me, so I'm really impressed by that. I think it looks amazing. Anyway, legs. So he's got one leg longer than the other, one that does a better split than the other. So he's not doing a full split. You know, he's nearly far off. He's still better than what I could do. You got a hip rotation, so your standard cut joint, sort of Hasbro style. You know, you can do full rotation with that. You've got drop down hips, so yeah, you can pop them up, pull them down when need be. Okay, yeah, I can't remember if the originals had that. They probably did actually. You've got this is why I probably thought there might be a joint on the cuffs of the arms, because on the boots they've done it at the top of the boots. There's a rotation. You've got your up and down foot rotation. No toe articulation, but you have got your side to side bits with your feet, which is kind of cool. Just help for the posing. I don't think they need our toe articulation. Maybe they do. Power Rangers, aren't they? They're meant to be quite flexible. Knees look good. I mean, again, I'm not really pointing out. I mean, I think the rest of the internet has pointed out how the figures are now pinless. So, you know, you haven't got the pin joints, making them look a bit more ugly and getting in the way and all kinds of stuff like that. So, it's looking a lot better, a lot cleaner. And as I'm, messing around with it, the joints are loosening up a little bit, which... It's a good and a bad thing, because I've had some experiences with Hasbro where stiff joints have actually caused the figure to break. But then also I've been worried with other lines of figures, you know, more premium stuff where the joints are a bit more loose, and I'm scared to move them because they may break. So it's kind of a middle ground, but we'll see how we get on with it. Here he is with all of his accessories. Now, what I want to just have a quick go at is, if I can get this hand off, I just wanted to just see how easy it is to remove these gold armbands. And looking at it like that, easy as that. I wasn't sure how stuck on they'd be. They look like they're just sort of soft goods that just kind of slide onto the arms. And having a quick look at it and double checking them, there is no left or right. So I'll just take this hand off. It's as easy as that. Take the hand off. And all you have to do is, well, this one's a bit more stiff, but they do fit on quite well. But yeah, like what I was trying to say was, there is no way round they go. I think they are just gold soft bands that just go onto the arm in any way you see fit, and it's as easy as that. Right, well, it took some doing, but I have managed to get him to hold the morpher. So, as I alluded to at the start of the video, I did get it the wrong way around, because this is where his fingers should go. I originally had him holding the morpher in his hand and upside down. So that's me being an idiot. But it wasn't too difficult to get him like this. But for me, it's weird that you've got this. I understand if he came... Actually, that's the point. He doesn't come with a civilian head, does he? If he came with a civilian head... and you could maybe put him onto a different body from Hasbro. You know, this is probably what this is for, really. But then again, the hands are white, so it's weird that he's got a, you know, he's got it on his belt, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And then he's also, you know, you can hold it. So I find that a bit odd, bit of an odd inclusion. But like I say, if the hands were I guess, what, skin coloured, I suppose. It would make more sense. You could just sort of mix and match with some other figures, but they come in white. He's holding it, and he's also got it on his belt. I'm not quite sure what the idea was. I think I might have missed something. If I have, please let me know. Anyway, enough whinging about the weirdness and the stuff. Yeah, let's move on to the sword. So the sword, power sword, I was saying earlier, it's quite nicely painted. It slides into the hand quite well. Well, I say that actually. I couldn't get the fingers quite around it. I think there's a little bit of extra plastic on one of my fingers, which sort of, yeah, I know it's all blurred. I'm just trying to figure it out. There's something not quite right with this hand, and I couldn't work out what it was. And then when you look closely enough, it's, if I can get it focused, one of those fingers, they look like they've been mushed almost, like his ring finger. I'm not doing a very good example, helping you see it here, sorry. But yeah, it's hard to tell, but yeah, in person, that finger was kind of preventing it from sliding into his hand. Other than that, though, it wasn't too much of a big issue. He holds it quite well once it's in there. So yeah, all said, that's good, all said and done. Let's have a quick look then at how well he holds the blaster. So the blade blaster in its blaster mode, it slides in quite easily. Again, a little bit of an issue with the fingers, just getting them wrapped around, but it's not something you can't fix. Yeah, they go around quite nicely, so yeah, that works quite well. Just try it in the other hand, just to double check. But yeah, never had any issues with this. A bit tight to start with, but it means he's holding it properly. Again, the fingers, I think you have to make sure you get them underneath the fingers. A couple of fingers do tend to bend round, so it's not really holding it properly. But yeah, let's have a quick look at the other blade blasters then and all the other modes. So that fits nicely into his holster. And I'm not so sure about this one. Let's have a go at this. This one looks like it's going to be awkward to try and slide in. Try and get those fingers into that part. Oh no. Yeah, no, it went in alright. Yeah, I mean, the fingers aren't in... Fingers don't go through the hole as much as I'd like to. I think you could probably mess around with it enough that you could probably get them to. But it depends. Yeah, they don't slide in as easily as I thought. But yeah, it holds it. So I mean, that's all you can ask for, really, isn't it? I'm not going to be going up to them eyeballing each one to see where your fingers aren't around that holster, that grip very well, are they? But yeah, as long as it holds it, that's what I'm after. I'm happy with that. And just having another quick look at these accessories up close and personal. So I did mention once we first opened it that the paint jobs look a bit rubbish, if I'm honest. They put a little bit on, but it's like if you put a little bit on, you can just put the rest on maybe. I mean, it's enough to break it up, but I think it could have been better. And then, it's driven the price up, which I think is mainly probably due to these parts. But, I don't know why they've included this. I mean, it's cool. It's soft plastic, it's all bendy. It's kind of soft. It's good. It's not breakable, really. But you do feel like with the price of the figures going up, if they're including stuff like that, I would rather they just didn't. I'd rather they took out these effects, brought the price down, and just put a bit more effort into these accessories, really. But where the blaster accessories lack, the sword more than makes up for it. I mean, I'm quite happy with the sword. In comparison to the original one, I don't think they even bothered to paint it. It's hard to remember now. I can't find it at the moment, so I can't do a comparison. But, they did a good job on the sword. The Morpher, I think, if I can actually get it to focus, I think they've actually done an alright job on this as well. I mean, they've managed to get the little T-Rex coin in there, and it looks just like it. So I'm quite impressed with that, actually. I thought they would have skipped out on that a little bit more. But, I'm quite impressed with that. The shield. So the shield is good. Soft goods again, it's nice and bendy and that. It's cool that they've made it removable. I can't honestly think of a better way to make it removable. I'm not a fan of the holes in the back and the little peg holes, but again, I can't come up with an idea of how to do it a different way. But yeah, I think if I'm correct, these different holes basically mean that you can attach it to the male and female bodies. As obviously, the top ones to be used on the smaller frames, so the smaller figures of the females, and yeah, as it came in the packaging, use the bottom ones for the male figures. The paint application on the figure itself, again, is great in comparison anyway to the original release. I don't think they even put any paint or effort into the belt buckle and the the belt itself or the holster last time. I'm pretty sure they were all white. There was a little bit on the buckle, I guess, but it doesn't look how it does now. It didn't even look how it should have done. I can't remember what they did now. But overall, generally, my one's been alright. I mean, the diamonds look a lot better. I think they're painted on a lot better than the original Lightning Collection was. All the diamonds, for that fact, not just on the chest, the ones on the cuffs, on the boots and everything. I think they all look, I think they've gone to an extra effort this time and actually got them all, spot on. Helmet, again, I mentioned it already, but the helmet does look really good this time. I never realised at the start of, the old one until I saw it on the internet, pointed it out to me how god-awful that was. So, yeah, at least they've gone to the effort now of making this one look how it should. Let us get into some comparisons then. So here he is next to the original Lightning Collection Red Ranger. Now instantly you can see for the difference between the original one to the remastered version, and instantly you can tell the remastered version definitely just looks loads better, doesn't it? I'm glad I've got this now. I never realised at the time how bad the Red Ranger looked originally, but I mean, the obvious one being the glaringly obvious bit was the helmet. The helmet did not look anything like it should have done. It was squished, it looked a bit weird. It just did not look correct and it looked horrible. So, I'm glad they've sorted that out. Looking at the colours, the red looks a bit brighter on the new one, in fact. They went a bit darker on the original Lightning Collection. The paint job, overall, on it completely is so much better. I mean, for instance, these belt buckles, morphers. I keep saying, why do I say belt buckles? They're morphers, and the belts they're on. You can see on the original Lightning Collection, they did a little bit of painting and a little sculpting on the coin. On the new one, though, they have put all the colours that are there. Well, say all the colours, it's just blacks, really, isn't it? But they put a bit more red around the morpher, put the black lines on the belt, and they've also added the lines onto the holster for the Blade Blaster. Just comparing the diamonds as well, the diamond shapes even look different, if you notice. So the way they're printed onto the cuffs, the ones on the original look a bit, well, I don't think they're printed correctly, let's put it that way. There's sometimes overlap. This might not be the best example, but if you can sort of see that the diamonds are just a different shape. They just look better. Hey! They just kind of, what am I trying to say? I think you get it, don't you? Yeah, they just printed them better. The right shape, let's put it that way. They're not overlapping. It doesn't look rushed. That's what I think what I'm feeling is I feel like the Lightning Collection originally just looked rushed. All the shapes were wrong, all the colours were wrong, all the printing was wrong, or just half done. The red looks a lot lighter on this one in comparison. The original one looks a bit darker. Again, the paint application on the back, I mean, just in those joints and everything where the whites are, it just kind of looks like they put a bit more effort in. It's symmetry, is that what I'm trying to say? Is that what I'm looking for? They're symmetrical, that's it. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. The diamonds, they all kind of are in a great pattern, whereas the original ones looked a bit like they're overlapped sometimes, or they don't quite sit right. But yeah, I mean, the original one had a similar articulation, so there's nothing really much different when it comes to that. The only real difference being, obviously, they just took out the pins. So there's no pins in his knees and his elbows. And that was it, really. So how well can you pose this figure? So here we go. We'll just start off basic. So, you can get him to stand up quite nicely, get him to some good action poses. He stands quite well. Sometimes they can rock around a little bit. Took a little while to get his balance, but yeah, got him there in the end. One thing I have been noticing though, since I have been messing around with him, is this torso joint has become a little more loose than it was to start with. If you can see that, that's not really as sort of solid as it was. There's a little bit of extra plastic on there as well. Yeah, just there, a little bit of extra. I don't think it's broken. It looked broken, but I think it's just another bit of extra plastic. Hopefully it's not broken. I don't think that's causing it. But yeah, it seems to be the only issue I'm having so far is just the torso joint, the ab sort of bit. It looks like it's loosened up a little bit, so it's not as strong. It's not terrible, but it just feels a bit more wobbly than it originally did. And with the help of a figure stand, you can get him into a nice dynamic air pose. So it looks like he's moving through the air. You don't have to have him standing on the floor at all times. If you've got a spare figure stand, I don't have a spare one. I've had to borrow this again, but I keep meaning to get some more for this kind of reasoning. But at the moment, as I have it, my Power Ranger figures all kind of stand together in a team. So I wouldn't need to do this right now, but yeah, he could do. I think that's quite cool. Looks like he's jumping through the air. And here I was correct. So if you want the female Rangers to wear the Dragon Shield, then you do have to apply it on with the top two holes. However, it does look massive on them, and you can't use the armbands because their arms are a lot thinner, unfortunately. So you can add the shield on. It doesn't look quite right. Oh, there's a good example of the old paint scheme. Look at all that. How the pinks bled into all that white. I might have to get the remastered Pink Ranger now as well. I mean, I'm not sure if the elbows... Yeah, I hope they've updated that as well, because the female figures, their elbows and joints were a bit oof. But I don't know, I'll have to look into that. I'm appreciating the new male Ranger figure. We'll have to see. But yeah, the shields, it does rock around a little bit, but you can get it on if you want them to wear it. So, you know, it doesn't look awful, but it does look a bit oversized, doesn't it? Look at that. It's touching a morpher. But yeah, again, I'm not keen on the I don't know why I'm not reviewing the old Lightning Collection. Let's ignore her, right? Yes, yeah, we'll come back when I get the remastered version. I think I'm sold on it now. I've convinced myself. One last comparison is I wanted to just put him next to the SH Figuarts Dragon Ranger. Red Ranger with the Dragon Shield. So I just wanted to see how they differ, because I've had this one for a long time. It's been one of my favourites, and the first thing I noticed is the Hasbro one doesn't have the holster pouch for the Dragon Dagger. I've just grabbed the Dragon Dagger from the Green Ranger Lightning Collection just for the Red Ranger to hold for this comparison. But what I didn't even think about it before. And the other thing I've noticed is the SH Figuarts one has a gold morpher, whereas the Hasbro one, they have not given him a gold morpher. Now, if I am correct in remembering, I do believe in the series, obviously once Tommy lost all his powers, handed him over to Jason, I believe he did start using the gold morpher as well. But, you know, that's something I can live with, because I'm guessing Hasbro have obviously done it with removable shields, so you can obviously have him as the regular Red Ranger to replace the original one. So you'd want him with a silver morpher for that case. So it's not the end of the world. Mine's come with a little bit of flash on this shield, which I've noticed just through this review. Again, something that can be easily removed, just a little scalpel blade or just like a little knife just to cut it off, really. That's not a big issue. One thing this SH Figuarts one has just made me realise is the sword's actually missing some of the black detail off the Hasbro one. But, you know, other than that, I think it still looks alright. Another quick paint difference I've noticed, it's only minor, is on the Figuarts, they've actually painted in the Tyrannosaurus's nostrils. Whereas on the Hasbro, they've not bothered. But again, not the end of the world, little nostrils are missing. Another little comparison is obviously the Figuarts. Their Dragon Shield is solid plastic, so it's not removable without possibly causing some damage to the figure. Whereas Hasbro have obviously given us the choice to remove it this time. The armbands as well are all sculpted onto the figure itself, so you can't do anything. This is how it comes. But yeah, in comparison, you know, I think Figuarts still hold up. They're still one of my favourite representations. Albeit the joints probably do look a bit dated now. I mean, they could probably redo these and make them look a lot nicer. But Hasbro has done a really bang-up job, I think, with their Red Ranger and the whole remastered collection. So much so, I am currently looking at getting the rest of them. And just for one last comparison, I'm just putting in the original Red Ranger Figuarts, just because he looks the same as the shielded one, obviously, articulation, all the other bits, but he comes with these extra hands. So the Figuarts, I remembered now, come with all the extra hands, so you can pose them like they did in the show. So he's got the little T-Rex claws. Well, I say claws, his little fingers making the T-Rex claws, doesn't he? but instead we got these extra little flimsy bits of plastic to make special effects and everything. But I'll stop banging on about that now. I think I've really done that point to death. Sorry. So in conclusion then, would I recommend this figure? I would. I know I've been whinging all through the video about the bloody stupid little plastic bits driving the prices up and being completely unnecessary, but you're not buying it for that. I'm buying it because I wanted a Red Ranger figure that was more accurate and just looks overall a lot nicer than the original Lightning Collection did. And Hasbro have delivered. So if you're on the fence about maybe picking these up like I was, just because you've already got the originals, I would actually recommend it, I think. So much so, I have actually got the Green Ranger arriving today. So I'm looking forward to unboxing that at some point and get that on the channel to check that out. We'll do some side-by-side comparisons to the original Lightning Collection on that one as well. But yes, I think I might actually go ahead and start to try to acquire the rest of the team. Anywho, thank you for watching, guys. Please check out some of the other videos if you're interested, and hopefully I will catch you all again very soon. Thank you, and see you later. Bye.